Hey guys. Yeah, it's still too close. Thank you for joining. This is a story. This is a story that a subscriber sent me. You'd be interested to hear the story. This is not going to be me. I'm just trying to stabilize the video as best I can. Try and adjust frame rate a little bit. You give me just a second. Let a few guys get in here. Oh, it's down at the bottom. Nope. Okay. So we're just going to let it fly. You guys will have to catch it on the review. This is a subscriber story of an incident down in Bastrop. Uh, the moray, I don't know if I can do anything about that. I've tried to move this thing as best I can, try and get it. I want to stabilize it. And let's let it play. Let's get it rocking. Go for it.
Yeah, the first time I seen one, I was 4, and because of my burns, I can sleep very little and have to wake up and adjust, make sure nothing's on my ears, nothing's on my feet. Um, have to lay certain ways to not touch those things. And I rolled on my side, and I'm looking out the window, and I'm noticing this
What's going on, Jerry?
scary looking thing. Big old
Pay
black
attention.
monster thing. Eyes, mouth, nose, all that shit. It was a head, but it was big. It was covering all the window.
What did the head look like?
Didn't look long enough to scream. Yeah, I mean, it didn't. My brain shut down. It just scared the living tar out of me as soon as I realized, that's a big ass black thing looking at me. I went screaming, screamed bloody murder. And
How old were you?
Came in 4.
4. Okay, I get it. I get it. Scream bloody murder. Yeah, you don't understand.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. The only thing I could relate it to was the Great Ape on TV, the cartoon. The big old monkey, that big old ape. It was a giant, and rode in the car and all that.
Yeah.
With the dog.
Oh yeah. The grape ape or
Purple.
something.
The purple ape thing.
Yeah, grape ape. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I knew that the grape ape. And I wanted one, but my mom said it's nothing like that. Whatever. All right.
But did your mom know about this thing or what?
I never talked to her about it. Nobody ever talked to me about it. It was just something that nobody ever really talked about much.
I can't comment right now.
When I grew up and they were on the farm, nobody talked about it, so I just didn't talk about it. It didn't hurt my feelings. They didn't bother me none. And if I only know of my brother getting bothered by them, and that's his fault. I don't have no sympathy for him.
So your first experience with them was like the grape ape incident.
No. Yeah, that's when I was 4, and when we moved to Central Texas, finally when I was 14.
Central Texas, about where?
Bastrop, Texas.
Bastrop, okay.
Mm-hmm. Not the town, but the county.
Right.
Just north of a little town called Rockview, Texas,
Okay.
and deep in the woods, just a real thick.
There used to be a convenience store there that used to sell hog meat right near Rockview.
Yeah.
They got busted eventually.
Busted selling hog meat?
Yeah, because it was unlicensed meat sold from a store.
Fuck them. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, they had good food. They had good hogs.
Oh, hell yeah, they did. Hell yeah, they did. We used to make that a destination. But anyhow, continue. Oh.
Okay, well, yeah, that was the first time I was 4. And then we moved to the patch of woods that we turned into a hog farm. And that was a crazy place. You know, I went through hell everywhere else I lived, man. Through, various people. You know, I went through hell. I've had to do a lot of fighting. I was bullied really bad. And so my experience with people is learning how to read them so you know who's a threat and who's not.
Yeah.
And I also had to learn to be tougher than they are. Not let pain be an issue. If something broke or something leaking, whatever's going on, I have to be able to put that on the back burner and still handle my business. And that I evolved into something, that
it continues. But it does get cut off. And pick up with the Sasquatch thing in Bastrop County.
Well, you get these signs of smells, tinking around with things, tinking with things, making things hitting metal things. They'll make you notice them, but they're like playing hide and go seek.
Okay, shortly the video cuts off because my battery's died on my camera, but this is the last few seconds of this interview, and I have not heard back from him except in comments on a video. So here are the last few comments he has on that. We'll pick that back up.
There was a lot of that. Hooting and
Let's back it up a little bit.
You look for it. They'll make you notice them, but they're like playing hide and go seek.
They are pros at hide and go seek. They are the absolute pros at hide and go seek. If you go seek them, what you will find is that you are the one who is being seeked. Okay, this is professional grade description of hide and go seek.
They'll make you notice them, but they're like playing hide and go seek. There was a lot of that. Hooting and hollering and whistling till you look for it, try to find out what's making that noise, and it disappears. We had one side of our property that had a barbed wire.
And that's where it ends. That's where the batteries died. Sorry about that, folks. But, that's just where it died. Was Joe cool in Texas? That was a long time ago. Anybody got any updated comments? You just heard from a guy in Bastrop, Texas, who tells you these Sasquatch are real. Uh, I've seen the sign, the footprint. They're in East Texas. Um, by the way, I'm about to revert back in about another maybe month. I'm going to be reverting back to cop watch and stuff. Um, this whole Sasquatch thing is about to come to an end. As far as finding the evidence, I've already found the evidence, but documenting it in a serious way and bringing it to a close and going back to cop watch, that is my intent. But if anybody else wants to share any of their Sasquatch stories, absolutely, you can you can bring that to my attention. Uh, Comment on any one of my videos, leave your email address, or I wish you could email me directly, but unfortunately, since I only use my phone, my I don't seem to get any of my emails at my uh, e.clint at gmail address and my concerned citizen Clint at Yahoo address. I have to know that you sent one there for me to go check it. I can only use my phone. So get a hold of me on my channel, if you have one of these stories, and let me know that you do. And if you want to tell it yourself, let me know. If you just want me to tell it for you, then we're going to have to find uh, uh, where you email me and then tell me in the comments that you emailed me, and I'll go check my email. Concerned Citizen Clint at yahoo.com is the best place for me to actually get my email. Just let me know in the comments that you send a story or that you want to tell your story, and we'll get you. We'll get you. Um, the e.clint at gmail, I tell you, I get so many promotional and blah 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 and spam, and I don't find any emails. I've tried to have people email me there. I've emailed myself, and I don't even get the email. So the e.clint at gmail is bogus. I don't put any faith in it at all. Concerned Citizen Clint, all one word, amalgamated, at yahoo.com. Let me know that you want to tell your story, and then let me know in the comments on one of my videos that you sent me an email, and I will go check it. Any comments you guys have? Well, we already have, hey, Brian Johnson, we already have proof of it. We absolutely already have proof. So I've already gotten my own proof. So I don't need anybody else's proof. I've already seen the damn footprint and the barrier near water, cover, and a food supply. Uh, that's pretty major. All of the elements combined, they're there. Yeah, I've already emailed myself, and I didn't even get the email. I didn't even find it in spam. So, uh, yeah, I don't know what's up with the Gmail thing. It seems all I get is promotional emails, like 99 a day. Maybe it just buries. I check the other boxes, and I'm not getting any of those emails on my Gmail address. They just go away. I've searched and searched and searched. I've had people email me, and I don't get those at Gmail address. The ones for my phone, I don't get those. But anyway, for those of you that have wondered, have I stopped doing cop watch and that sort of thing? Nope, I have not stopped, but I am within 2 months of getting my case dismissed. And I tried poking the bear a little bit to try and see if they would stir that along and bring it to court because I want it to go into court. Um, yeah, they don't seem too anxious to. They're they're they don't really want to bring that along. It kind of seems to be a a black eye in the face of the community, and they really don't want to bring that. And I mean literally a black eye. Since I had a black eye, I'm still getting asphalt out of my damn face. Oh, well, let me see. Possibly I can show you. Take my glasses off. Grab this little light. That red spot right there. Right there. It's a fucking piece of asphalt. It's grinding my face. I got another one right up here. It's hard to get, but there's a white spot right there. It took forever to get that out, but there's forever a white spot. And then there's another spot right here. That's where they ground my face into the asphalt when they arrested me on on July 26, 2019. That video went viral through several channels. Um, I say several, like a dozen. Yeah, yeah, my face getting ground into the asphalt. But anyway, occasionally I'm able to get some back out of my face. I've got a scratch on my damn glasses. You can probably barely see it. If I fired up that light, you could see it, but it's right. You can see the edge of it right there. It goes across. You can see it. That's where I turned my head to get my glasses off my face so that they wouldn't completely destroy my glasses. I mean, they were less than a year old. They were like 6 months old when that happened. Anyhow, it'd be nice to fire up the laptop and get a couple of you guys extra stories. Um, if any of you guys had any stories, let me know. A redirect issue. What are you talking about? Oh, if you're 3 minutes behind in chat, that means you probably paused or you buffered. Hey, Chuck Bronson just went live. Let's do a Chuck Bronson raid, but no, let's not do that. Okay, Brian Johnson, what's up? Eminem, what's up, brother? Brian Johnson, you're saying you're a new guy? Hey, do y'all want to see that story again? Do y'all want to see that story again? The one I just played? Oh, hell, I closed the lid. All right, I'm going to play it again. Let's see if I can adjust this so I can get that raster out of it. I can't get enough space here to get the raster out of it, but I'm going to do the best I can. All right. Well, I didn't need to do that. Okay, here we go. We go back. Go for it.
Yeah, the first time I seen one, I was 4, and because of my burns, I
Okay, here we go,
sleep
folks.
very little and have to wake up and adjust, make sure nothing's on my ears.
I hope y'all can hear okay.
On my feet. Have to lay certain ways to not touch those things. And I rolled on my side, and I'm looking out the window, and I'm noticing this scary looking thing, big old black.
Okay, so the guy telling the story is saying that he's got some condition that uh, he's having a problem getting comfortable in bed, and it's due to a skin condition or something. All right, so yeah, that's just the way he is, and and he's somebody you guys all know. I'm not going to out him right here. He's just telling his story, okay? All right. Where'd y'all go? Eminem, you still here? Because you're the one that said you missed it. Hey, I'm waiting for you. Yeah. Eminem, you said you missed it. Who else is here? Okay, all right. Good. All right. Let's hear this guy's story. All right? And no matter what anybody thinks, no matter what anybody thinks, this is something that really happened to somebody, and you're just gonna have to hear it. And I don't want to hear you making fun of the guy because this is shit that really happened. Here we go.
Monster thing, eyes, mouth, nose, all that shit. It was a head, but it was big. It was covering all the window.
What did the head look like?
Didn't look long enough to scream. Yeah, I mean, didn't. My brain shut down. It just scared the living tar out of me as soon as I realized, that's a big ass black thing looking at me. I went screaming, screamed bloody murder. And
how old were you?
Came in.
Now, for all of you who don't know, the big ass black thing is a black fur covered animal being, and it is not a black man. Okay? For all practical purposes, it is a black man, but it is not a black human. It is a human form, black covered animal. Four. Okay, I get it. I get it. Scream, bloody murder. Yeah, you don't understand.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. The only thing I could relate it to was the Great Ape on TV, the cartoon. The big old monkey, the big old ape. It was a giant, and rode in the car and all that.
Yeah.
With the dog.
Oh, yeah. The grape ape or
purple.
something.
The purple.
He's referring to the cartoon. It was a cartoon, I mean, I'm 50 years old. He's about my age. And there was a cartoon that had the grape ape in it. And it was a cartoon about the Great Race. And it was like a Route 66 race. But there was all kinds of cartoons about this race. And one of the nemesis was the grape ape. I think that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, grape ape. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I knew that the grape ape, and I wanted one, but yeah, my mom said there's nothing like that. No, whatever. All right.
But did your mom know about this thing or what?
Well, I never talked to her about it. Nobody ever talked to me about it. It was just something that nobody ever really talked about much. Even when I grew up and they were on the farm, nobody talked about it. So I just didn't talk about it. It didn't hurt my feelings. They didn't bother me none. And if I only know of my brother getting bothered by them, and that's his fault. I don't have no sympathy for him.
So your first experience with them was like the grape ape incident.
No, yeah, that's when I was 4, and when we moved to Central Texas, finally when I was 14.
4 years old. That was my first experience with the supernatural. But let's go on with this guy's experience at 4 years old. That's a common element. 3, 4 years old is your first experience, and many people repress it. And listening to these stories can unlock it and unlock a piece of your history. Central Texas, about where?
Bastrop, Texas.
Bastrop, okay.
Mm-hmm. Not the town, but the county.
Right.
Just north of a little town called Rockview, Texas.
Okay.
And deep in the woods, just a real thick.
There used to be a convenience store there that used to sell hog meat right near Rockview. I'm sorry for interrupting this story. They got busted eventually. I'm sorry for interrupting this story with my own fucking thing. I shouldn't have done that. I should have let him just keep on going, but I was trying to help him stay comfortable and let him know I knew the area. So let's continue.
Busted selling hog meat?
Yeah, yeah, because it was unlicensed meat sold from
Yeah,
a
yeah.
store.
Fuck
Yeah.
them. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, they had good food. They had good hogs.
Oh, hell yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they did. We used to make that a destination. But anyhow, continue. Oh,
Okay, well, yeah, that was the first time when I was 4, and then we moved to the patch of woods that we turned into a hog farm, and that was a crazy, crazy place. You know, I went through hell everywhere else I lived, man. Through, you know, hairless people. You know, I went through hell. I've had to do a lot of fighting. I was bullied really bad. And so my experience with people is learning how to read them so you know who's a threat and who's not.
yeah.
And I also had to learn to be tougher than they are. Not let pain be an issue. Uh, you know, if something broke or something leaking, you know, whatever's going on, I have to be able to put that on the back burner and still handle my business.
This guy experiences pain and is still out there and telling his story. So let's hear.
And that I evolved into something, you know, that
And it continues. And pick up with the Sasquatch thing in Bastrop County.
well, you get these signs of smells, uh, tinkering around with things, tinking with things, you know, making things make hitting metal things. They'll make you notice them, but they're like playing hide and go seek. You know, there was a lot of that hooting and hollering and whistling till you look for it, try to find out what's making that noise, and it disappears. Uh, we had one side of our property that had a barbed wire.
Well, and that's all we got before my camera died. That's all we got before my camera died. What do you guys think? Like to hear some comments. Three people in here and three thumbs up. There's been 5 or 6 people in here. You know what? It's not as scary as you might think. These things are around. These things are around. If you're in the forest, they are the pro at hide and seek. And if you think you're seeking them, they're actually seeking you. They're just they're just hovering. They're just observing and they're watching you. And if you go beyond your boundaries, they'll let you know. They will let you know. The main thing you can tell them is that I come in peace, you go in peace, I'll go in peace. Keep a peaceful spirit and just when you encounter one of these things, you backtrack and you go back out the way you came. Even if there are those knocking on wood on your way back out, you stay on the trail you came in on and they will allow you safe passage. It's been the tradition. It's been it's been their right. They 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 claim certain property, and if you climb over fallen logs that aren't sawn, um, they claim that property, and they consider you to be trespassing if you go beyond that. So if you're like walking along a riverbank and you don't see any of these indications, and you start having rocks tossed at you, uh, chances are, if you just shelter and you remain in place, you will be okay. If they start hollering and yelling at you, they want you to leave, but you probably will be safe in your place. You will be allowed to camp and leave out in the morning. And at first light, they relent, they let you go, and you're allowed safe passage. Um, the main thing is not to panic. When you panic and you run, if you run like any predator, they will follow you, they will parallel you, they will stalk you, and they will run you out of the forest. Okay? You can run out terrified, or you can maintain your calm. You can be a peaceful spirit, and you can probably actually make contact with them. Do not make eye contact with them. Do not make eye contact. That's the worst thing you can do unless you're prepared to do that. Do not make eye contact with them. Um, you want to remain peaceful and either remain your stay in your little collapsible tent that they could fucking annihilate you in. They could throw you in your tent and your tent over a bluff. But if you just don't fuck up and scream and make a bunch of noise, chances are they'll just leave you alone. And, you know, if they try and scare the hell out of you, that's probably not a good one. And you should back out. Screaming and hollering is a tactic that they want you to know you're not welcome there. And if you remain in your tent, if you remain, um, it's debatable depending on which variety you are encountering. And from what little experience I have a little one, a little clan down the street, and they don't bother anybody. They don't bother anybody. They want to remain anonymous. Okay, that's why I haven't revealed the exact location. I've been to the location, but I haven't revealed the location. Yeah, I'm in Old Waverly. Mm, So, anyway, I haven't been tormented by them. Uh, these guys, if you encounter them in nature, like the guys down in Florida, they call them skunk apes down there. If you're down there, they will terrorize you out of the area that you are in to keep you moving. All right? It's either to keep you moving or to make you turn back. And you just got to listen to your gut. You really got to listen to your gut and your sixth sense. Uh, let's check out the chat. You should not run. You should not run, DJ Slice. You should not run. You should be totally calm and back out. Back out the way you came. I don't know about opening the medicine cabinet and it went away, but um, Eminem, you remember? Well, if you ever wondered, if you ever had the feeling like the hair stood up on the back of your neck during that hunting expedition, with the smell, uh, if the hair stood up on the back of your neck, you got the feeling that you shouldn't be there, that was probably one of them. Get in your head like that. Even without eye contact, they can put it in your head you should not be there. That's why I say listen to your sixth sense. Listen to your gut. DJ Slice, of course I'm talking about Sasquatch. The focus of this channel turned to Sasquatch about 2 months ago. And yeah, I'm still doing Cop Watch, and well, I still plan on doing Cop Watch and stuff, but this came up, and I'll tell you this. This came up because I ran across a couple of guys in January, in mid to late January. I think it was like January 21st, 19th, something like that. And up at my local store, they said they were hunting Sasquatch in East Texas. And I'm like, are they here? And they're like, yeah. Yeah, we were just out putting out trail cams, and we're going to come back and, verify that. Well, you can't really catch Sasquatch on trail cams. And I'll tell you why right now. Number one, they can see the night vision. Number two, they can see the camera during the day. They know when they're being watched. A camera is like an eyeball. They are focused on eyeballs. They can see them. They can see them. And there's a video I would like you to watch. If you go to The Facts by How to Hunt, you just type the search on YouTube, click the microphone, and say The Facts by How to Hunt, and it'll come right up. Go search a video that says unexplained trail cam video, and you will see many eye shines from many videos of those that are inquisitive of the trail cam, and they're bobbing back and forth from one side of the tree to the other. Many trees, many individuals bobbing from one side of the tree to the other, looking at the trail cam. And then the guy even stands in the spot where the trail cam is, with the trail cam still mounted, and gauges himself against where those eye shines were. The shortest ones were at about his head height. The other ones further back, even though the trail is going a slightly downhill, are taller than him. So, I mean, they are ginormous, like 10 to 12 feet. So, I mean, you can see those eye shines bobbing from one side of the tree to the other. One side of the tree to the other. You guys can see my reflection in a laptop. Okay, like say that thing right there. Okay, this is a tree. I'm bobbing my eye from one side to the other. It's like that. This red eye that just goes back and forth from one side of the tree to the other. It's fucking crazy. All right. Um, I may put that up for you, but I'm pretty sure the guy's shit is not copyrighted, but it might be. But I could link that video after this in the comments. Um, I think I can pull it up fairly quickly. Anyhow, guys, this is a topic that I never wanted to go down this trail. I never wanted to go down this trail. It just so happened that a couple of guys pointed out that, yeah, they're around. And I recounted to them the video got taken down that I interviewed them. That video got taken down because I don't know, eventually, I guess I mentioned having a gun at some point. So it got taken down. So, um, anyhow, there was a spot right down. Let me flip this around right now. There we go. All right, bad lighting. But anyway, so right down the road, right down there, what I call the Orb Site. It was after I interviewed with those guys that they pointed me to the facts by how to hunt. And listening to those stories, I heard about the orbs, that the orbs were synonymous with Sasquatch sightings. And I was like, I had my own orb sighting. I told them about the orb sighting, but I had no idea that that was synonymous with Sasquatch. All right. And it, I could have swore I saw them kind of go, like, did you hear that? But they didn't make a big deal out of it. And so, anyway, I decided to make that a target and go down there and investigate. And that's when I found the fallen trees over the creek. And when I was backing out, I found the footprint. And so, yes, orb sites, orb sightings are synonymous, in my opinion, with Sasquatch. Because I found evidence of both with my own eyes. Okay? I'm not fucking with you guys. I saw it. So, anyway, the Banshee thing that I told them about, there, that was quoted in the 50 most haunted places in America. I told them about that story and later learned that the sound that was associated with the Banshee could be the roar of a Sasquatch. And so both of them turn out to be Sasquatch stories. And I have no evidence of either one other than I have seen the orbs years ago and then reassociated that site after meeting them. 2.5 years later, I go down there and I find a Sasquatch footprint. So there's the extent of that. Um, Anybody that wants to come on this channel and share their Sasquatch sighting experience, story, whatever, you've got a safe place to share that, and I welcome you here. Uh, there are people here who are willing to hear what you have to say, and there will be no ridicule. Absolutely not. Now I'm going to look at the chat. Okay. All right. I'm going back a little bit. All right. Hell the story. How will they let you know what, DJ Slice? Okay, let me get back to that. I'll let you respond to that as I get through the other comments. Oh, you should not run. Yeah, I already went through that. Do not run. You back out calmly. M&M audits. If the smell you smelled was a mix of like wet dog and carcasses, um, that could have been Sasquatch. Although I have not noticed any of that smell around the site where I was. But I get a feeling they did all that behind where the barricade was, where they downed all the trees. They were back in there. What's a bear with elephantitis? DJ Slice, yes, they have, I guess you could call it a telepathic ability. They can, they call it mind speak. They can put a thought in your head, and you can actually put a thought in your head that they can see. So if you put a calm thought in your head that they can see, they will let you pass, and you won't have anything to worry about, but they will parallel you and watch you all the way out. Mike, yeah, everybody sees something big once. Camo, yeah, Camo, prove to me that you're not uh, involved with the government, and your invite is still good. Brian Johnson, are you grounded and centered? Are you grounded and centered? Can you put your mind in a state that you think you could uh, you think you could stand there in peace while something is roaring at you or beating a tree so fucking hard? The only thing I don't want to do is look these things in the eyes, because they can fuck your head up. If you guys really want to know a lot about these things, I released a playlist on my play. You go to my channel and go to the playlist. I released one of the facts by how to hunt, and it's either 8 or 14 videos, and it'll catch you up a lot on what's going on with these stories that people tell that you really need to focus on to know how to survive these encounters. And I'm only letting you know this as an awareness. If you are a fisherman, hunter, hiker, camper type person, you get out in the forest, you need to know these things. You absolutely should investigate. Okay? You absolutely should. It would be cool if somebody could go and look and see if because outside of live streams and producing videos, I can't edit videos anymore. So it would be nice to know if somebody could go over to my playlist and see if that playlist by How to Hunt is actually live. Like, you can actually view it, because I they're all private, but I've got like 4 or 5 of them. But I released one public, that I thought would be nice that you guys could get used to it. Like, not too much. And the cool thing about a playlist is if you get tired of it, like you want to go to bed, next time you want to look at it, it'll pick up where you left off. Eminem, good night, brother. Check those playlists before you go to bed. Yeah, that's one thing I always make sure before I go out in the woods. Oh, I always make sure I go to the toilet because I do not want to poop or piss myself on a live stream. It's when I go back out there, I fully expect that that is a possibility because so many stories have said that they did, and I expect like 50% more of them actually did. They just didn't say it because it's embarrassing. But considering the situation, it's not embarrassing. I just don't want to do it. But I'll go back out there. I just don't want to poop myself. I don't want to soil myself. And I just want to keep a calm spirit and wish them peace and have them let me go in peace. And that seems to be a viable issue if you know the mind speak. The mind speak is nothing more than getting a thought in your head. If you get a thought in your head, if you get a thought in your head, you're capable of projecting the thought out of your head because they're in your head. If you look in their eyes, they'll fuck with you. On my page, Brian, go to scroll. When you go to my page, scroll over to the right, scroll left to get to the right, to go to playlist, and see if that playlist is live. I can't check it from my channel because obviously um, it's going to show on my channel. And I don't know how to do my own channel incognito. I mean, I can sign out, but there, and that creates another problem. But anyway, I sign out of my channel and I got to verify my way back in. Whereas I'm currently always signed into my channel. All right, so Brian went to go look. Camo Hunters, what's up, man? Your invite's still good, bro. Your invite's still good. But I hope you know how to calm your spirit. Because with you along, we're going to go past the barrier. We're going to go past the barrier and see if we can find the good footprints. Not only that, see, that should be past that barrier. When I first moved here in '99, there used to be a trailhead for the Lone Star Trail. If you look up the Lone Star Trail on the Texas Parks and Wildlife, it used to come by here. or there was a trailhead that led to the Lone Star Trail. That has since been sold off to private interest, but the trail, I don't know if it still exists because there's no public access to it unless it's right down that trail where the trees have fallen across the creek and blocked it off. Now, why would the government sell off in the national forest private interest, private land ownership at the trailhead where you could access that trail? I have no idea. But that's national government shit. I'm focused on local government shit and now focused on this local issue for my personal property, my area, this issue I got on a tangent and am reporting on. Yeah, I suspect it's going to come to a uh, it's going to end pretty soon. Oh, hey, new news. Someone walking in the camp, snowing. Brian, what are you talking about? Carry a laser or a gun because cop is too heavy. It's operational. What's operational? Is the trail operational? Anyway, I don't know what's going on. You guys keep wandering off. I know a couple of you guys signed off, but everybody keeps going off and coming back on. Okay, okay, all right. So the playlist, Brian, you're saying the playlist is operational? Oh yeah, someone walking in the camp snowing. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's common with that guy because the facts by how to hunt. He he is in British can what do they call it? British Columbia a lot, all around there. Sometimes Alaska, sometimes other places. He's a big guide hunter, and he's had experiences with these things, and so he gives people a place to talk about it. Brian Johnson, I'm not quite sure I know who you am. Who am you, Brian Johnson? And I use the incorrect syntax on purpose. Should I know who you am? Are you willing to share who you am? Yes or no? You can remain anonymous if you want. but I get the feeling I should know you from other comments on other channels, which I don't watch a whole lot of other comments on other channels. I do watch a lot of the people that comment on other channels. Yeah. So Brian Johnson, you're saying my playlist is the playlist I did release is live. I've got 4 or 5 more of them. If you guys want to do the hurry up catch up on what's going on with Sasquatch around our country, the stories come in from all over. Doesn't from California, Arizona, Washington. Yeah, the Northwest is a hotbed. Alaska. Um, it's flood all across the United States, all across the United States, all the way to the eastern seaboard, Michigan, uh, British Columbia, Vancouver, uh, Wisconsin, Wyoming, uh, North Dakota, South Dakota, the Carolinas, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, all over, all over. Central America. These stories come in from all over the world. Australia, New Zealand, uh, haven't heard any in England, although there probably are. Uh, Scotland, yeah. They all have different words all over. Russia, the Yeti, yep. They're they're there all over the frickin' world. These things are. All the governments across the world just recently declassified that yes, aliens are watching us, and shortly to come will be yes, the tall, hairy man is hiding around your forest, and um, it seems that governments want to annihilate them like they are an animal. They want to classify them as an ape and get rid of them as uh, a violent animal. But the DNA tests are back. The DNA tests are back, and they are 50% human female DNA and unknown male DNA. Make of it what you will. But it seems we have reached an end. This has been over an hour. It's been a pleasure. And you guys tune in to the next installment. And, I'll be getting back to Cop Watch soon. I just wanted to get to the bottom of this, and then I'll be on my way. Always keeping an ear out for what's going on in the woods. I will be getting back on my way. And so you guys stay tuned. Concerned citizens, sig out. Mexican Padilla. Dude. Yeah, maybe you should research Sasquatch. You'd end up in jail less. Hey, you guys, chill out. And if you ever get the feeling that your hair raises up on the back of your neck and you're in a place that you don't know you should be, best chances are get the fuck out, back out the way you came, and you will live another day to investigate and go back down to that fishing or hunting spot or swimming spot or whatever it is. Hey man, your favorite spot will be your favorite spot again as long as you listen to your sixth sense. Peace out, concerned citizens. Sig out.